Hello and welcome to psychkid CUET UG series, where I, Stella Agarwal, and other psychkid team members are interviewing undergraduates pursuing psychology at Delhi University. This is to help our audience make an informed decision about their college preference. Hello, Mitali, and welcome to today's episode.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited for this interview, and I'm sure that from this interview, you will be able to understand how to make the preference list and what all mistakes to not do that I think I did when I was making my preference list. And you will be able to know more about what college life is like. So, yeah,
Surely. Let's begin with the interview then.
yeah, sure.
All right. So the first question for you is you can give us a small introduction of yourself, including which college you're at, what course you're pursuing, and which year you are currently in.
Okay, so I am currently in my second year. So, my second year has just started. And my program is BA program with psychology as my major and pol science as my minor. And I'm currently studying at the Lady Shri Ram College that's in Lajpat. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So since you are also currently in second year, you also might have had to give CUET as your entrance, right? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Which subjects did you choose for the CUET exam?
So I gave three domain subjects papers. So it was economics, psychology, and biology.
Okay, okay. And for CUET, do you have any tips that or any strategies also that students might be able to use in order to prepare well for the examination?
So I would just say that for CUET UG, you just need to focus more on your NCRTs. So like in my school for my 12th, for psychology, I had NCRT. For economics, we had Sandeep Garg, which is not NCRT, but we preferred that. And for the Indian economics, there was NCRT book. So yeah, for that. And then for biology, we had NCRT. So to learn your concepts and to brush up on that, you need to refer to the NCRTs and the books that are there. And for the PYQs and like the MCQs and all, to evaluate whatever you have learned, you need to refer to maybe like the question banks given by CBSE because this CVT is focusing more on the NCRT and the CBSE curriculum. So the people who are not from CBSE schools need to refer to that. And then there are also books like Arihant for MCQ questions. And I remember I'm from the batch of 2022. So during my term, I had so first term was objective and the second term was subjective. So at that time, we got to know many papers from about from other schools. So that was a good way to help. And yeah, so I got to know like what questions could be asked, and I was able to prepare well.
Okay, all right. And since a lot of times students are very unsure or uncertain about how they'll do in the exam or how the scores will be and what the cutoffs will be for DU colleges, did you also have
Hmm.
this thing in mind and did you also apply to any other colleges or universities?
Yeah, I did that. So, firstly, I think one advice I would give is that don't worry a lot about like what college you are going to get or will you be able to get your dream college or not. Because when you stress more on what the outcome will be, then you're not able to sometimes perform really well. So focus on your preparation more than the outcome that you get. So aim for the best, obviously, but don't be too worried about what's going to happen because that can hamper your preparation. You might just have a lot of anxiety at that time, like when you go to the center and then you feel like, okay, I don't remember a lot of things. So this could happen.
Hmm.
So that, and I applied for Ambedkar University and Jamia University as well. So I got into Ambedkar University, but I'm not really sure if I got into Jamia because I was not able to check my result because of some issue that was there. So
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know about that, but I applied for Ambedkar. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. And what did your Delhi University preference list look like as for all the college and course combinations?
So I was also thinking about like putting LSR first, of course,
Mm-hmm.
then JMC, then DRC, and then KNC. So in this particular order. But then I really wanted to get into LSR only, and I talked to a lot of people. So they told me that you can go for BA program if you want. So just make sure, like, if you what people say is that you should focus more on the course rather than the college. But I would say that obviously this is very important. You cannot just, if you are actually interested in psychology, you cannot just take journalism, right? So even if you are getting in a very good college, so you cannot do that. But I would just say that I got psychology and I also got LSR. So it was like a win-win situation for me. So it's just that if you want that you get the top college and you're also getting psychology, so you can go for BA program and just make sure that the other subject that you're getting, which is for me, it's pol science. So you are able to manage that as well. So it's not like a very new subject. If I talk about myself, so personally, I am from a science background, but still, I chose psychology and pol science because I thought that I will be able to manage pol science as well with that. So I am able to manage it, and it's going really well. I'm able to study psychology as well as pol science. So yeah, it's going great.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're having a good experience and you got into your dream college. And since you
Yeah.
mentioned BA program, I also happen to have a few questions regarding BA program. So, can you give us an overview of what a BA program actually looks like when you're a student? Because there is a lot of confusion and a lot of queries that students tend to have about BA program.
Yeah, I completely understand. Not a lot of people know about this BA program, and they have this kind of like misconception that if they get that, then they won't be able to do psychology in the future, which is not true. In fact, a lot of students who are not even from the psychology background, they still go for masters, which is, yeah, great for them, up to them. So I would just say that what happens is that in this NEP that is there, what they have done is that you can choose your own major and minor subject. So in every semester, you will have two papers of your major subject, which is psychology for me, and I will have one subject of my minor, which is pol science.
Right.
So every semester, it's going to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and there are also different exit options. So, if I do first 1 year in DU, I will get a certificate. If I do a 2 year program, I will get a diploma. And if I do a 3 year, then I will get a degree in BA program. And if I continue till my fourth year, then I will get a BA honors degree in whichever is my major subject. So if it's psychology, then I will get a psychology honors degree, which is equivalent to the honors course that is there. And I will also be able to do a research or take some project or do some kind of entrepreneurship in my fourth year. So this way, I will get an honors degree as well as I will be for. So if you want to continue and go for clinical psychology, so I can directly go for MPhil and I won't be doing masters. So directly I will be able to do MPhil. So that is something that's a benefit if you do for 4 years.
Okay, okay.
So yeah.
And this is something that not a lot of people know about. So, how did you come across this information, and how do you think other students can also, look up information and reliable sources for this information?
So I think I would just say that's one advice that I would also like to give is that network with a lot of people, network with your seniors, and maybe reach out to them on LinkedIn. So a few people have also contacted me on LinkedIn, and I have told them about the BA program. And it's a good thing that people are able to know about it. So you can reach out to people on LinkedIn, or you can join groups, psychology groups on Telegram, or you can follow people on Instagram. So maybe just talk to them that how's the BA program like, and that's how I actually got to know about this. And this was actually it was a very last minute change that I did.
Okay.
So I had put my preference list like the way we usually do that from top colleges to the average colleges that are there. And then I was thinking, I had this in my mind that I can get LSR if I want.
Mhm.
So I should be it's okay if I go for BA program. It's again, I am getting the faculty, the same faculty, right? So then I was like, okay, I will be able to do pol science. It's okay. So I went further with this. Yeah.
Okay, I think that is going to be a very helpful piece of information for all the students who are trying to figure out how to navigate the whole admissions process. So now, since we're done with this part, I would like to move on to move the attention onto your college life and how college life is treating you. So, are there any specific experiences that you'd like to share with the audience here?
Yeah, sure. So life at LSR is like something that can be hectic and something that can be really fun as well, because here the societies and the clubs and the teams that, so whichever society you apply for, whichever club that you apply for, they all are working really hard to implement all their goals and responsibilities in a very great manner. So we have a really good dance society, we have music societies, we have like internship societies are also there. So you get all of the information. So basically, there are a plethora of various responsibilities that you can take up in your college life. So obviously, college life is not just about academics, right? So I would just say that, yeah, whenever we feel really hectic and whenever some professors scold us, because the psychology faculty here is really strict. So sometimes they do scold us. So whenever life becomes hectic, we just go to the cafe or the Nest Cafe that's there. And I would just say that all the juniors that get admission in LSR, they must try the mango shake that's there in the cafe. So yeah, these are some of the experiences that I've had. And we, although this is away from the North Campus and the main South Campus, but we do have a lot of places to go to. Like we have GK, and then we have Lajpat Nagar, and Sarojini Nagar is also very nearby. So many places are nearby too, and there's Metro, Delhi Metro. So I don't think there's any transportation issue as well. So yeah, you will have a really good college life, and we have Tarang as well.
Hmm. Okay. I think all of this sounds really wonderful, and I think that really explains the hype that Lady Shri Ram College has, and the hype around psychology specifically at Lady Shri Ram College. So, since you've already spoken about extracurriculars and the entire culture of LSR, could you also shed some light on the faculty that LSR has and what do academics look like?
Sure. So, the faculty at LSR is really experienced, and we have many teachers who are working really hard to make sure that the students feel comfortable in the college. And if there's an issue, we can go to the faculty. So we can ask any questions in the class that we have, and we have regular classes at LSR. So attendance is also very important. And whenever we have any doubts or we want to know about maybe the opportunities, internships, or research and all, we just go to the faculty and ask them about whatever doubts that we have. So we have a research circle, we have a PSP, which is like the peer support program. So about the faculty more, I would say that they actually really make sure that we understand the things. So if, for example, a few faculty members, they actually provide us with notes if we are having a problem with some subjects. So they do that. They tell us about which books to refer, and which I have heard that some colleges they don't provide that. So the students actually have to look for it themselves. So they provide us with, and we also have a binder, so we can look for that. And they really teach us in a very good way, because they actually don't move forward with some other topic if we haven't understood a particular part of it. So we can ask them again and again if we want to. So I think the faculty is really experienced and really great. Sometimes it becomes a little like I would say that sometimes a few faculty members they do discriminate because we are from the BAP like course, but that's all right. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. You still seem to have like an overall very high rating of your college experience so far. And I think that's a very rare thing coming from college students, because I've never heard anybody be, this happy about their college experience, which I think is a really great thing and explains the entire LSR culture and what it is for psychology. Uh,
Yeah.
so, Mitali, moving forward. Can you lastly share with us any advice that you have for students to make the most out of their college life? Any advice that you have for them to navigate through the admissions process, or anything else in general that you'd like to say to your fellow juniors?
Yeah, so I would just say that so one thing about the preference list, I would just say that put the preference list in a sense that from top colleges to the average colleges, or whatever you want the preference list to look like, and not getting influenced by other YouTubers or maybe influencers who are, because when I was looking for information, a lot of YouTubers they told us that just put the preference list in a way according to the score that you've got. So they were actually suggesting the students to, maybe if you've not gotten a very good score, then put the average colleges first and then put the top colleges, because you will anyways won't get that college. So I think that's something that should be ignored, because the thing is that the inside thing is that what happens is that um, if a student gets a college, gets a very good college, but since for some other reason they drop out of it and they choose another college, so that increases your chance to get that top college, even if your score was really less. So always and always make sure that your preference list is such according to your own goals and whatever college you want, and not get influenced with a lot of information. So choose whatever is best for you. And about the college life, I would say that once you join the college, even if it's not a very top college or it's like an average college, make the most out of it in the sense that talk to your faculty, make sure that what your priorities are. So, talk to your faculty about what opportunities that are there, and go to the library, make use of the library, and read as many books as you can other than your course books that are there, because that's how you get to know a lot of information. And because here in LSR we have a really good library, so you must visit the library as well, and make sure that you join a lot of societies, even if you're not that great in dance or maybe singing. Just try it out. They do letting people who are not trained or they are just new to this. So try that. Try a lot of different things that you have not done in school as well, because it's not like the end of the world if you haven't got maybe like gotten into DepSoc or MUNs in your school. So you have chance to do this in your college. So make sure that you apply for a lot of societies. This is something that is very common, but I would just say that don't burden yourself with a lot of things. So try to understand that what your interests are, and according to that, join the societies. And don't be really disheartened that okay, I didn't get into this. Personally, I also applied for dance circ and whatnot, but I couldn't get it, so that's fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, so don't burden yourself itna zyada that you have so many responsibilities and you're not able to focus on your academics. So ultimately, you're not able to do psychology. Because again, in our college, the psychology faculty is really strict about academics. And what they do is that, what from what I've heard is that the people who are in dance off, they don't give them ECA. ECA is the extracurricular, the slip that you get that you are part of the society, so you were not able to attend the class. So they don't give the ECA. So just make sure what your priorities are and balance it out. So have responsibilities and also you are able to focus on your academics. So just try to do that. Yeah.
Okay, Mitali, I think that is wonderful advice. And coming from the perspective of a student who's also applying, I think this is something that will really, really help all the students watching here know and understand the admissions process a bit better. And also the fact that even if you do not get your preferred college or your first option, you can still make the most out of college life, and it totally depends upon you. So thank you
Yeah,
so much for joining this interview. It has been a really, really great experience, and I'm sure this will be very helpful for everybody who watches it.
I hope so too. All
Thank
the best for applying.
thank you.